Hey guys, it's Steve from Featherlight Studio, and it is finally time for us to make our annual trip down to sunny Anaheim, California for the Namm show. This is where the music manufacturers all debut their coolest gear, so we're super excited to bring all that to you, as well as see some killer performances and musicians, and fingers crossed, after weeks and weeks of shoveling snow, hopefully get some sunshine out of the deal. And hopefully some of you guys can make it down there. It'd be great to hang for a bit. So we're super excited about this trip and can't wait to see all the new gear. So let's get on the road.
We are lonely, 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 but not alone. And we're
Yamaha was showing off the brand new Montage M series line that just got released at the last part of last year, and they had a bombshell announcement from Montage M owners. The new ESP software is a complete Montage M series keyboard in software, and it can be used as a VST3 or AU2 plugin, and it's free to all Montage owners. Inside each new Montage M series keyboard is a 30-digit redemption code that can be redeemed on Yamaha's website for the ESP software. And the software can be used as a standalone device, so the keyboard doesn't even need to be present. It's truly its own individual VST3 instrument. Over at the Korg booth, they had a ton of new product releases, including the brand new King Korg Neo Synth. This thing just looked super cool. Classic analog synth style layout, XMT virtual analog sound engine, advanced modeling filter with 18 types, 2 ADSR envelopes and 2 LFOs, a 16-band vocoder with format and shift functions, 3 oscillators with 138 types, pre-FX, mod FX, reverb and delay, a pretty nice 37-note keyboard, plus an arpeggiator. It includes the vocoder mic that plugs right into the top of the synth. It comes with 200 factory and 100 user presets. Just a ton of stuff to like here. And Korg had some great new rack mount synth modules to show off as well, building upon the success of the WaveState Mark II. The Korg WaveState module kind of harnesses the power of the Oasis and Kronos keyboards. It uses the Wave Sequencing 2.0 sound engine. It's got 120 stereo voices with 4 gig of sample storage. The brand new Op6 is a true 6-operator FM synthesis. It's got a 16-step polyphonic sequencer in it and a ton of other stuff. Definitely worth checking out, as is the new ModWave synth. This is built around the Chaos architecture. and 60 stereo voices, 3 effects per layer, master EQ and reverb, motion sequencing 2.0, 200 plus wavetables with 64 waveforms each. Just a ton of stuff to dive in and explore on this. And out of nowhere, Korg dropped some brand new analog mixers on us out of their SoundLink series. These are the brand new MW1204 and 804 series analog mixers, and they have a unique combination of features that a lot of mixers don't have. While these don't include audio interfaces built in, they can do onboard audio recording. They have a host of digital effects, and they also have 4 bankable trigger pads for triggering and looping samples during your streaming and your podcasting. And based on one of the best-selling synths of all time is the brand new Korg Micro 2. This shares a lot of stuff with its predecessor, but it's got a brand new 8-voice, 3-oscillator engine. It's got a new high-res LCD screen. It's a completely new interface. It features a brand new looping engine with almost DAW-like controls on the front panel, a new vocoder engine with harmony generation and auto-tune effects that are just amazing. Really huge improvements over the original. It's everything you wish the original had. And Korg was debuting their brand new Grand Stage X Stage piano. This thing looked like a Cronus and a PlayStation 5 had a baby. It has an amazing 7 sound engines and an RH3 fully weighted hammer action key bed. It sounds phenomenal. Hundreds of classic key sounds to choose from on board, and although Korg said this was still technically under development, it's already listed on Sweetwater's site. Over at the Nord booth, they had their brand new Grand 2 on display. A beautiful triple sensor keybed from Kwai, dual piano layers and dual synth layers, and you have real-time fader control over all 4 of those layers. Brand new effects sections, including dynamic, compression, as well as a unison feature, new tremolo and pan settings. Just a ton of new features, and as always, the Nord booth featured some fantastic live performances. Over at the Steven Slate audio booth, they had the brand new Raven MTI Max multi-touch control surface on display. This was really nice with a durable aluminum housing. It supports both 2K and 4K resolution. It's got the brand new Raven 4.0 control software with a ton of new commands. It now supports up to 32 virtual faders on screen, and the new Batch Commander holds even more commands than it did before. It looked and felt great. SSL was showing off their Pure Drive series of USB audio interfaces. These guys are really setting the standard for high-end analog audio recording, up to 192K at 32-bit conversion, 3 different modes for preamps on each one of the channels, AES and ADAC connection as well, in addition to inserts on each one of the channels. There's a ton to like here. And in addition to a lot of updates for their large format recording equipment that's out of reach for a great many of us, SSL dropped a bomb for the rest of us with their new 360 Link controller plugin software. This will allow the UC1 plugin controller to control any VST in your system, and it's free. This change takes an already popular control surface that so many of us use and enjoy and just opens up a huge world of possibilities for other VST control. And because of the Link software, it allows us to directly map things right in the software and then save them as presets. There was just a ton of people packed into the Heritage Audio booth. Black Lion Audio, Golden Age, Lindell, way too much to cover, but Heritage Audio was showing off their brand new i73 series of audio interfaces. These are the first ever audio interfaces with a pure Class A transformer coupled to a 73 style preamp built in. The Pro 1 features 173 style preamp plus 2 line inputs and a high Z, a headphone out and 2 monitor outs. It also has MIDI I/O in it as well. Pad, phase, and phantom power switches round out the left side of the top panel, and then mono, mute, and dim switches under the LED meters round out the right side. The i73 Pro 2 interface has the same basic USB-C style architecture, and the MIDI I/O, all the same things apply, except it has 2 73 style preamps along with the 2 line input and 1 high Z inputs. Still has a 1 headphone out and 2 monitor outputs on the back. The Pro Edge adds quite a few new upgrades to go along with its larger footprint. In addition to the 2 73 style preamps, it adds 4 line inputs plus 2 high Z inputs. In addition, it's got 2 headphone outputs and 4 monitor outputs. In addition, the 2 headphone outputs are actually completely independent outputs with their own dedicated Q mixes that work in tandem with Heritage Audio's mixer software. The Edge also offers ADAT expandability, and all the units share the same 73 style preamps with up to 70 dB of gain and that class-leading 24-bit 192 sample rate converters on board. And over at the Harrison booth, they were showing off their brand new 500 series rack modules. The Pre Plus is taken directly off their large format 32C, and that's the high performance transformer coupled mic preamp. The MR3 EQ is taken off an early Harrison 80s console, and the comp is a feed forward VCA compressor that was inspired by a Harrison mix bus. Over at the Cranborne audio booth, they were showing off the brand new Carnegie HE2. This was derived from originally their 500 series module, and it uses the same technology. It uses harmonic saturation to boost and cut frequency content. This new 19-inch rack mount version of it has tons more features and connectability, can be used in stereo, dual mono, and mid-set operation, and comes with a VST plugin application that allows total DAW recall of its parameters. Over at the Mackie booth, they are really supporting content creators in a big way this year. Mackie's new mainstream is really giving companies like Elgato Products a run for their money. This is Mackie's new streaming interface. It can take video feeds from cameras and USB streams from webcams and combine those with high quality mic inputs and even phones and mix them in clever and creative ways. The top row of buttons are totally configurable custom buttons that can be assigned to just about any function, including picture-in-picture, camera switching, and even sample playback on the fly. And all of these features and functions can easily be configured inside your own setup with Mackie's new Matrix software. Mackie's new 8-channel mobile mix really is designed to go just about anywhere. It can do Bluetooth, even mix minus. It's got stereo line inputs, EQ and effects, and a ton more, and it can even be powered by a USB power bank in the back. Another really clever idea for creators is the Mackie Showbox. This is a self-powered speaker with a remote control mixing surface that folds into the actual cabinet itself, and then when you're all done, you can pack it up on a backpack and take off. The Mackie Pro FX version of mixers got a facelift, and now they're known as the Plus series. They got a bunch of new effects in the Gig Effects engine, as well as USB-C connectivity and bidirectional Bluetooth and mix minus and a bunch of other new features. And over at the Radial booth, they were debuting the brand new Nuance Select monitor controller. This thing was just beautiful. It was built like a tank with really, really high quality components. This thing can silently switch between 2 sets of monitors as well as a subwoofer. It does dual stereo input sources with an assignable aux output, 2 independent headphone amplifiers with source selection, and crazy low distortion. Incredible specs, rivaling some of the Grace products, one of the most transparent monitor controllers available right now. Over at the API booth, they were showing off a lot of limited edition vintage finish products. They had their new 500 series special edition 550A parametric EQ. This had that really cool antique finish with 3 bands of classic API equalization. Each band offers 7 different frequency centers, a maximum 12 dB booster cut, super high headroom. They also had the new 560 special edition with that same cool vintage finish. This was based on the original 1969 API 560. It's got 10 bands of proprietary API equalization, the same fully discrete circuit design, really cool. The TCS 2-channel strip gets a facelift as well, now with some newly configured modules, the 512C preamp, the 550A EQ, the 527 compressor, and the 325 line driver. And the 5500 gets an anniversary edition with that same vintage cream color. It's got expanded controls, a variable high-pass filter, a new mid-side circuit, and some expanded frequency ranges to work with. Over at the Barefoot Sound booth, they were showing off their brand new Footprint 3 studio monitors. These things sounded amazing, and they were featuring their brand new tri-amplified 3-way configuration with a new ported speaker design and their spectrally optimized conversion technology. Pretty impressive. That is a wrap for this year's 2024 NAMM show. There's just way too much stuff to possibly cover in one show, but this is a quick look at some of the cool new studio gear that's out there. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, you guys, and spending your time. Be safe, be creative, add a little creativity to the world. It could really use it. We'll catch you guys in the next video.